Hey everyone, I'm really excited to let you know that the Pocket Ninja is here today. Just really excited to open the Pocket Ninja. The first batch come over. Um, that is the Pocket Ninja rod. And this is the most beautiful rod I ever made. And it's very elegant. And it is the most flexible rod for the 13-inch collapse. For this one, about 13-inch collapse length. And it fits right inside the car glove compartment. So I want to talk a little bit more about the rod. So the rod itself just be careful. When you pull the rod out, don't do it too hard. I know that I get a lot of customers pushing too hard over here, especially new to this. Just maybe a little bit tight. First 4 sections, don't try to do it too hard, just enough so it doesn't feel rattled, and that's just fine. Because when you go in to catch the fish will pull the rod out, so it's making it even tighter if you catch the fish. You don't, you never know. So here it is. So then you're getting a little bit stronger to go farther down. All right. So the rod is a very flexible rod. The rod is much better than the prototype. For those of you who test the prototype since July, and when you hold this rod, it's a lot lighter than the one that previous you have, and then also feel much better, and the balance is just super. So when you just start with the rod, when you just get the rod, for those of you who new to this type of rod or even experienced fishermen, I would highly recommend it to hold around middle of the grips or a little bit higher. All right. When you get a hang of it, then you dropping your hand down lower and lower, and more relax your hand down a little bit when you go lower. All right. So initially you cast in here, you feel when you cast up here, you feel more control of the rod. When you cast down here, you feel more of the rod itself. After about a week or so fishing, and your hand automatically will move down. The rod is really tight, so it's very well made, and just be sure. See that? Don't put it too tight. Now I have a hard time. See, now put it tight. So just do like this. And now sometimes it's too tight and you want to put it back in. Put your hand down here, right in the bottom of this thing, and squeeze it down like this. All right? Put your hand down here and squeeze. Why you put your hand down here? To protect. Sometimes that when you push too hard, the cap will fall off. It doesn't matter what rod you have, because the butt cap is glued onto here, so don't try to push it hard. Just put your hand over here or push it like this. See, just like that. All right. And a number of people ask about the zoom rod. So you don't need zoom rod for this type of the rod because the grip is so short. You don't need a zoom rod. So what you do is you put it down to here. You see this orange color? Put your hand close to the orange color and hold just like that. And now I zoom it down. It's already one section going down already. I'm already shorting down a foot shorter. I want to do it shorter, just go like that. Drop this thing down and go in the second one. All right, it's called a poor man zoom rod. It still feels a little bit rattled, but that's the way it is. So unless you pay the money for the lock, and that you can do it. You don't need a zoom rod. So besides the poor man, I like the poor man zoom rod better because you can feel the whole rod. So with a zoom mechanic, you don't feel the full rod length. So all right. For those of you who back the project, the early Kickstarter will start receiving the product as soon as the Kickstarter is over, the campaign is over, and I start in the process of shipping it out as soon as you get a clear from Kickstarter. And for those of you who are pre-order before Kickstarter, also we will get to receive the rod for under the Christmas tree, and it takes a little bit of time for Kickstarter to process all the process credit. For few of you will have the rod under the Christmas tree. The previous customer will receive the rod. Why this credit still processed? Because I already know the customer. If you need this thing for before Christmas, for under Christmas tree, please let me know. And the rods, I want to talk a little bit more about the rods. The caps of the rods and also the butt cap of the rods, they call the caps on both ends of the rod, are making out a solid, heavy aluminum bar stocks. So the all building machine using very heavy aluminum, so it's very good. So you feel the butt cap itself is a little bit heavy. All right, so here's it. It's just really nice. It's very well made. Thank you very much. Now in here you